study in Finland but unsure whether you should go for universities or vocational school. In this video, I'm going to break down the Finnish education system and give you the key differences between these schools. And I'll equally share with you a list of vocational schools and universities that accept international students. So if you're interested in this topic, you're definitely interested. Stay tuned and let's dive into it. Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Alison, and in this video, it's a time for us to break down this topic because I know a lot of you have this thought in your mind: what should I go for, university or vocational school? And this video is exactly to answer your question. So before we dive into it, let's talk a little bit about the Finnish education system. It is important to know that Finland has one of the top education systems, not only the Nordic region, but in Europe. So if you're thinking of studying in Finland, then you are definitely on the right path. So let's dive directly into our conversation, which is university or vocational schools. So let's start with the vocational schools. What are vocational schools? So vocational schools are schools that provide students with the practical knowledge, the skills, and the qualification that permits them or that prepares them for the labor market. And these programs are usually available for secondary or post-secondary schools. It is important to know that most of the vocational schools in Finland do offer programs either in Finnish or Swedish, but nevertheless there are a couple of vocational schools that do offer English programs for immigrants and international students. Generally, vocational programs usually ranges between 2 to 3 years, and they usually offer programs in really practical fields such as mechanical engineering, cook, waiter and waitress, cleaning, practical nursing, and many other fields. This program offers classroom instruction with hands-on training in the field that provides the students with the practical knowledge and their hands-on experience that they require to succeed in their preferred profession or field. Some schools offer programs in English, especially for programs or skills that have a high demand in foreign professional skills. Graduates of vocational school can either enter into the workforce directly or decide to continue their education and go for university programs. So most likely, if you graduate with a vocational studies, let's say for example as a practical nurse, you can go in for a bachelor's degree program, which will take you approximately a year or year and a half for you to complete a university degree. So now let's talk about some of the vocational schools in Finland that offer English programs. So the first one on our list is going to be Omnia. Omnia offers a variety of professional programs or training for English speakers, but in most cases, Omnia is mostly open for immigrants that are already in Finland and not for international students. So if you have been looking forward to apply in Omnia, this may be a little bit sad for you because they mostly accept immigrants that are already in Finland. The next one is Tredu. Tredu as well does provide programs in English, but in most cases they offer programs for expats or immigrants that are already in Finland. But now, don't get discouraged because we're going to talk about two more schools that do accept international students, and these schools are no other than Vamia. I've talked about Vamia so many times in my videos, so I believe that by now you should be very familiar with the school. So Vamia is one of them, and the second one is Riveria. Riveria as well, I've been talking about the Riveria so many times in my video. So whenever you see my video where I talk about how to move to Finland or vocational schools that accept international students, do not hesitate to watch, because it is a sign that these schools or these programs are open for international students, because they always have like their admission season. So whenever you see any video like that pop up and it's me on it, so make sure you watch that if you're looking forward to school in vocational schools. So these are a list of vocational schools and some of the advantages of schooling in vocational school. But it is equally important to know that a vocational student in Finland, you get access to all the benefits that university students have access to. There is little or no bias when it comes to education in Finland, and you can definitely come with your spouse or your dependent to Finland as a vocational student looking forward to move to Finland. So now the next type of education system that we will talk about in this video is the university programs. Finland education, as I said earlier, is recognized worldwide for its excellent quality of education and how it provides students with the foundation that they need for their after school life. And when we talk about university programs, we all know that when you're applying for a university program, is either you're applying for a bachelor's degree or you're applying for a master's degree program or you're applying for a PhD or doctorate program. So if you haven't watched my video on requirements for applying to schools in Finland, please make sure you go back to my YouTube channel and watch that video. So the next thing that we'll talk about in this video is the list of schools that are available, or list of universities that are open to international students. The first one is Helsinki University. Helsinki University is one of the oldest universities in Finland, and it is well known for its high standards of education. But irrespective of where or which school you are in, be rest assured that you will definitely get the best when it comes to education. The next school or the next university is University of Aalto. We equally have Tampere University and as well as the Eastern University of Finland. But the last but not the least, the University of Turku. There is equally the University of Southern Finland, which is generally known as XAMK. So these are the list of schools in Finland that do accept international students. So if you're planning to move to Finland, you should have these universities at the back of your mind and equally know how to apply for this program. So now let's talk about making the big choice. So now, getting to choose which program is suitable for you depends on so many factors. So the first thing is what program you want to study. So there are certain programs that you may want to study, but you can't find those programs in universities. So programs such as cook, for example, waiter, waitress, you may not find such programs in universities. So you would have to go to vocational schools. Likewise, there are other programs that you may want to study, such as maybe become a registered nurse, or you want to become an IT expert. Some vocational schools do not have such programs, and most of the schools that may have programs like that are only in Finnish and Swedish, and mostly do accept immigrants that are already in Finland but not international students. So these are some of the factors that you need to take into consideration when trying to choose the right university or the right program for you. The next thing you need to consider is the cost of the program you want to go for. Generally in Finland, all vocational schools are free of charge. So if you're looking for an option where you would spend little or nothing on the tuition, then vocational school is where you need to go to. But if you want a variety of schools and a variety of programs to choose for, then I would say go for the universities, because for universities, they would have so many programs and so many schools you can choose for. But with vocational schools, you have very limited options, which is like just 2 schools that usually open for admission, and which will may limit your opportunity to be selected in one way or the other. But nevertheless, in as much as university programs can be sometimes expensive, they equally have scholarship programs they do offer. So when trying to find the right university, if you choose to go to a university, make sure to go across the studyinfo.fi platform and try to find the program or the school fee or tuition that suits your financial situation. You now know exactly what it costs and what are the options and how to go about it. I believe by now you should have a clear idea of whether you want to go to a vocational school or if you want to go to a university. But nevertheless, I would say personally that if you're trying to move to Finland, try both ways. You can apply to vocational schools and you can equally apply to university programs. So generally, the only thing that might be a little bit costly for you is that you may need to have both the IELTS and equally the Duolingo English test. So the Duolingo English test is most likely the language proficiency test that is required for vocational schools, while the IELTS is most likely the language proficiency test that is required for universities. So if you want to apply to both universities and vocational schools, to expand your opportunity of being selected as a student in Finland, then you would have to get the Duolingo test and the IELTS. So this has now brought us to the end of our video. I hope this video has been helpful for you and it will help you to make the right decision on what to go for. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in my next video. But do not forget to hit the notification bell so that you get notified each time I post a video. Like this video, leave your questions in the comment section, share and subscribe. See you in my next one. Moika!